I cannot let 2025 go by without sharing my style observations from my last trip to Europe in October. Hi, my name is Josie, and I've been traveling carry-on only for over 25 years. And one of my favorite things to do when I travel is to see how people dress, to get any kind of style inspo that I can take back home with me and incorporate in my everyday life. You might have seen a previous video from my trip to Europe in the summer, and my big style takeaway there was that everyone was wearing Birkenstocks, which was so funny to me because I basically feel like I've been wearing Birkenstocks half my life and I have such a connection to them, but I would never pack them because I just don't think they're super comfortable for walking 20,000 steps a day. With that in mind, this is my style takeaway from traveling throughout Europe in the fall. I was in Paris, Spain, and Portugal. And once again, I saw a brand prevalent, pervasive, all over the place that I would have never expected to see. And I really saw it a lot in Paris. And this brand is a brand that I also feel a connection to. I live in Texas. I've grown up in Texas. And while I am farm and ranch adjacent, I am not in that world. And I promise this is relevant. I'll get to the point soon. I saw a brand that I've seen growing up here in Fort Worth that a lot of people wear here because of our farming and ranching and horse culture here in Fort Worth. There is a brand that I see all the time. I really thought it was just kind of like a Fort Worth thing, a workwear trend, but it turns out that this brand, and maybe I just, like I said, maybe I just don't know, but this brand is all over the streets of Paris and all throughout Europe, and the brand is Carhartt. We in Fort Worth, in North Texas here, everybody wears Carhartt. Like if it's cold, just about every other person's going to be wearing a Carhartt jacket, or if they're working, a Carhartt coverall. Imagine my surprise as I'm walking around Paris and I see people wearing a Carhartt barn type jacket, and it's different lengths. It's I saw the traditional kind of like burnt khaki or the green in a longer length or crop length. And I kind of thought it was a one-off, like, oh, maybe that's just a person from the States and like they're bringing that vibe here. But it wasn't. It was the French people wearing it. And I was just so surprised to see that. Because once again, I grew up seeing this brand everywhere. I see it everywhere now, but I just feel like it's more of a Texas thing, a Fort Worth thing, but it turns out it's a Paris thing. It's a Europe thing. Really seen anybody talking about this. And what makes it funny to me is that in one of my previous videos, I was talking about how we romanticize how Europeans dress and Parisians dress. And it turns out you can just throw on your Carhartt jacket and your Carhartt beanie and your Carhartt backpack and look like a Parisian now. And what was the final confirmation of this trend was while I was in Paris, I went to a store called Merci, M-E-R-C-I, so thank you in French. So that's billed as a pop-up concept store, and it's very, very cool. And also inside, half the store is workwear. Like I said, I'm very familiar with workwear as a trend. I wear it. I've got a collection of vintage coveralls that I wear a lot. But I guess I figured it was just part of like the Fort Worth kind of trend of incorporating workwear and Western wear into your everyday looks. But no, like I said, half the store was all workwear, and of course they carried a lot of Carhartt. And I was just like, well, I don't need to shop here. I've got all this stuff. It's just so interesting to see, this brand, and I guess the workwear trend in general. taking root or just taking off in Europe. I don't know. Maybe it was born there. I have a vintage French workwear jacket that I love to wear. So, it wasn't just Paris. I definitely saw it all over Spain and a little bit in Portugal as well. So, I don't know. Is this just like a global trend? And I had no idea that um, Carhartt and other workwear brands are, overseas as well as streetwear, because I feel like I watch a lot of streetwear videos to see what people are wearing in Europe, particularly before I take a trip, just to see if there's kind of some trend that I'm missing out on that I could easily incorporate into my travel packing. But I have never seen anyone talk about the prevalence of workwear and specifically Carhartt in European street style. What do you think? Is this something you're aware of? Do you wear Carhartt? Do you love Carhartt? I like it. But like I said, I feel like that brand is pervasive here. So if you want to dress like a European, just wear your Carhartt.